This is my new Voge 300 Rally, and this is my new YouTube channel. So I bought this bike because I decided to start adventure riding. Let's see how we go. It is a pretty basic single-cylinder water-cooled engine, around 300 cc's. It has a single front disc brake that is pretty horrible. It also has a rear disc, which is a plus. Cable operated clutch, of course hydraulic brakes, and this is the beautiful dashboard. It shows that I only have 8 kilometers on this beast. It has a USB-A port, which is pretty useful, and a tiny windscreen. Foot pegs thankfully come without rubber inserts. Shifter is pretty easily movable. The rear brake lever seems to be fairly substantial, but I will need to immediately start adjusting this. It does have fairly substantial plastic handguards. We'll see how long they'll last. The mirrors are pretty big and wide enough so I can see something. Let's see how long it will take until I break one or two. It does have factory crash bars. Don't know how substantial they are, but the back plate is plastic, so that's garbage. Signals are LED, which is a nice surprise. Same goes for the rear one. The rear light is also an LED, which is also a nice surprise. The bike does have fuel injection. I don't know if you heard the fuel pump priming, but it of course sounds like a shaving instrument. What is also very cute is it does have an ABS offset. The bike has halogen headlights. And it also has some sort of weird LED running lights on the sides. The overall engine packaging is pretty good. The exhaust is routed quite high up. There's really nothing below the engine except the charcoal canister. This is the old oil filter cover, so no external oil filter. The front sprocket is nicely covered. It does have both the upper and lower chain guides on the swing arm, and there's also an extra chain guide at the back sprocket. The seat also comes off fairly easily. Just need to twist it. And just pull it towards you and it will come off. And I can't do this with one hand. You'll need 2 hands to get the seat off, but under the seat you've got an airbox, ECU, this is probably the diagnostics connector, and a small little toolkit. And this is what is inside of the toolkit. The rear pegs are mounted directly to the rear subframe, so you can't easily take the hangers off, but they seem to be fairly well kept in place, so I don't think they're gonna really fly around too much. As I'm mostly going to be riding this bike standing up, I need to do some setup work. So the first thing I'm trying to do is to move the handlebars a bit further away from me. So Voge has been nice enough to actually provide markers. There is a torque spec for this, but I don't have a torque wrench. And that should be it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the angle of the levers. And I need a different bit for that. And the angle is good for me, so I'm just nipping it back up again. handguard was really a limiting factor here. By twisting this nut, I'm making this space here longer, and this will raise the foot pedal. Still have some threads left at the bottom. So I wish I could get it a bit more higher, but I am at the absolute limit of adjustability here, so almost no threads left. So this is how it has to be. And now just to check whether the brake light still works. Yep, all good. Now I'm going to try to do the same thing with the shift lever. So to raise it up so it would be parallel to the foot peg. That is going to be absolutely amazing because I can't even show you. There's a nut right there where my finger is that I need to untie to move it. So out of sheer luck, I happen to have a ratcheting 10mm wrench, which fits. So just loosen it up and try to pull it off. More looser. Oh, fun times. I think I need to take off the foot bag before I can take this off. So off comes the foot bag. Thankfully only 3 bolts. I'll just move it aside because I need the foot peg to position this correctly, and it's still not coming out, so I still need to do something. I think I have to remove the bolt completely. Yes, now it comes up. There are splines here, so I can just put it up a few splines first. Now, let's see if I put the foot peg back. Yep, that's actually perfect. Took some finagling to get the bolt back in. Now let's refix the foot peg. Start by hand to avoid cross threading. Yep, that's good. That was quite tight. And the last thing I want to do is lower the tire pressures. So I want it to be about 1.9. Well, or 1.75. I'll inflate it back to 1.9. And the same thing on the back wheel. Okay, I'll leave it at 1.9. Reinflate this to 1.9 bars. I guess it is at 1.9 now.